Hello everybody, I'm Anthony, Rockers Living the Yellow Submarine. This is going to be my last video because due to what's going to happen on next year on YouTube, and they may possibly delete this channel, maybe because all this whole situation is happening, and they may delete some small channels like me, possibly. But I hope I'm still alive at January 1st, hopefully. And so the video is going to be my honest thoughts and opinion about not only 2019 but this generation, 2010 through 19. So this generation was been along in winding road. Yeah, Beatles joke. And my opinion about this generation, there was some okay stuff in my opinion, but the only thing that I did not love about this generation was mostly music and shows on TV where you see on kids like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon is where most of their shows are just basically not good, and my soul diagnosed it knowing that kids are still watching these shows to this very day and not watching the shows that we grew up with. Like, show your kids all the good shows from Nickelodeon. Like, show them Pop-Off Girls. Show them all the good cartoons, all the original cartoon shows. But for me, my opinion was this generation was insane for me because starting in 2010 is where I was in school at the time too. I was in school in 2018 and 19. I graduated from high school and I started to have some time to decide to go to college too. And because I've been working lately, I've been working with my parents lately, and I've been learning a lot about becoming an adult because I'm a young adult, as you can see, and I am wearing my Elvis Presley hat. So this is a very different video, and I will say this generation was pretty okay, was pretty good for me in my personal life. I mean, there was some downers for me in the late 2010s, where in 2016 is where I had I'm not gonna lie, I actually did had a depression in 2016 of how bad it was for me, not just because of outside movies or president stuff like that, but I was actually in depression in 2016 because knowing so many of my favorite celebrities passing away. And 2017 was a bad year for my parents too because they had to deal with their families dying too. It was basically a depression year that I was going through. But 2018 it was a little better. And this year was better. This year is better than before. But I don't know I have like a mixed feelings about this new generation 2020 where it's going to be. It's going to be a one heck of a year, I'll tell you that, because 2020 is where not only we're going to have movies, video games, and shows, as always, but presidents that's going on 2020 again with the election, because elections are presidents happen in every 4 years, and I don't want to talk too much about the I don't want to talk too much about politics. This is just my video about my opinion about this generation that we all went through. 2010 for me, 2010 was basically a bad start because 2010 is where they released a movie, The Last Airbender, the remake of the M. Night Shyamalan movie. I thought it was a complete trash. And that's where, I don't think remakes has been through all the years before 2010, so. But 2010 is where, for me, in my opinion, is where, my personal opinion is, the last Avatar, The Last Airbender film is where every remakes, or they're starting to making a lot more and more remakes after that film. I guess it is due to the popularity of that film, and not only that, but how much overwhelming negative reviews, and I fully agree with what they said. But I was really young at the time. I was in school. I was in middle school at the time too. When the early generation of early 2010s, I was in middle school at the time, and yeah, 2010s. This generation wasn't the best for me. The 2000s through 2009 for me was a better generation, mostly because of we had some kick butt music. Yes, trying to keep it clean for YouTube. Not only for keeping it clean, not only for music, but mostly the shows that we grew up with in Nickelodeon Cartoon Network in the early 2000s were doing a really good job on it. In the late 2009 or the late 2000s, where everything started to fall apart a little bit, but at least it still had a little good, like at least it still had its charm. But then it rolled around in the 2010 generations where everything started to fall apart with almost everything that we grew up with, and I mean, because I know SpongeBob SquarePants is still alive. You're still making this show today, which I'm not a big fan of their newer stuff. I never watched their new episodes of SpongeBob after season 7 or 8 or season 7. That's where I never watched their newer seasons because I did not care much for their newer seasons, especially knowing how much I had my hatred towards season 6 and 7. And season 6, I actually hate that season more than the seventh season. And yeah, hopefully this next generation is good. I hope it's better. I hope it will be better than 2010 generation because 2010 for me was one of the bad generations we had to go through. Because also in the 2010 generations where Ray Manzarek, the pianist from The Doors, passed away too in 2013, and I know a lot of you guys out there are not the big fan of Doors. That's okay if you're not the big fan of Doors. I'm not saying you can not like the Doors, but that's your honest thing. And 2010s was such a bad year for me, mostly. I mean, mostly it's in the late 2010s for 2016 through 2016 and a little bit of 2018. That's basically where the years. Well, 2018 is where I'm feeling a little better. But 2016 and 17 for me were rough for me in my personal life due to had to deal with the deaths for famous celebrities and actors and musicians too. 2017 I had to deal with my personal families passing away too. In 2018, I believe it was 2018, where I think it was Stan Lee passed away in 2018, I believe. And it was really sad to hear that. It's sad. I hope 2020 we're not going to have so much sad things happening. Because especially not only that, but news. Watching the news and seeing so many people dying from people are just getting shot and being killed for messed up reasons and dumb reasons for the most part. Because most of the news I hear is mostly shooting, gun rules, and politicians are just getting their hands on it. I was actually, in my opinion, fear for the future. In my opinion, I'm actually fear of what's going to happen in the future in the next generation in 2020, and mostly how people are going to not only elect presidents in 2020s in the generation, not only that, but at least you know elect the gun rules and trying to see how we're gonna survive with so much dead stuff, like so many shootings, crazy stuff. Which I don't want to dive too much into that. It's really messed up to talk about too. I'm not trying to make you scared, but it's true. That's how the 2010 generation has been. 2010 for me was pretty rough for me. The generation was pretty rough for me when I was. I mean, not in the early 2010s. In the early 2010s, I wasn't really because I was focusing mostly in middle school at the time too. I was in middle school in 2010s, like the early 2010s. But in high school is where I started to know a lot more and more about not only movies, games, and mostly music. Because in 2018 and 17 is where it got me opened up more on music. Mostly it's on 2017 is where it actually opened the doors for perception for music and how much I fell in love with music. And I've opened up to so many shows that I grew up with, and I still watch them to this very day. And currently I was watching Ed, Edd n Eddy Show, fun, classic show, and I love that show. And I loved all their old Cartoon Network shows. And nowadays Cartoon Network is not doing so well. It's not doing well. It's, for me, a joke. Along with Nickelodeon as a joke. And I don't know what the future holds for the next generation. But I will tell you this. My personal life of the late 2010s and 2018 and 19, so 2018 and 19, for me, I was learning more on adult stuff because I was learning about the bills. I was learning about how to keep your money safe, how all the adult stuff. I was learning in 2018 and 19, including that, and of course later on in the future, of course, so that whenever it happens to my parents, I had to focus on all the problems by myself and don't need anyone's help or advice. I had to figure this out myself too, especially my problems about uploading videos on YouTube too. I need to figure out how to do stuff. But I always say in every end of the videos or at the end of the last 3 or 4 videos, I've said that I had a virtual website, so you can go there and subscribe to my channel on there, so I can upload that video a lot more and have different content, especially because I've been posting a lot of WarioWare videos, and later on, after I post all the WarioWare, high score stuff like that, I'm going to start posting more on my own content instead of just doing my WarioWare videos. Because that's not what my channel is mostly about. It's mostly about me talking about music, mostly. And especially talking about my favorite album covers and ranking it least favorite to favorite for, so far of the songs that I liked. And, talks about my opinion about music, basically. And I do talk about gaming. I used to make gaming videos, but I may do gaming videos later on in life, possibly. And, yeah. So my opinion about 2010's The Generation, it was okay. It wasn't, in my opinion, the best, or was it? I mean, part of me want to say it's worse mostly because of the problems of the world that's going on today, and it will always be like that in the future too. But 2000 through 2009 was a little better, but it was pretty bad too at the time too. And yeah, this generation was pretty bad, and I don't know. For me, I don't want to say that this next generation is going to be worse. I don't want to say that because it might actually be true. But I hopefully will get better at the next generation. This is just my opinion about this whole generation, not just 2019, but this generation 2010 through 19. So, that's all I had to say. For me, it was an okay generation, not the best, or, part of me wants to say worse. I would say somewhat like. Sometimes I would say I like this generation, but for the most part, I'm just like, I'm not okay with this generation that's going on still. And this is my last video. So, like I said, go directly to that website. I strongly recommend you to go to that website so you can stay tuned for that. So you can stay tuned for whenever I upload the videos. Even though if you haven't been notified there, but always check my channel to time. Don't always wait until the website notifies you. Just go to that channel because sometimes it has that problem too. So most of the YouTube YouTubers have that problem too. So always check my channel time to time. Don't always just wait for the YouTube pop up to show up. Just go to that channel. Just keep going to the channel, because what if YouTube doesn't notify me or notify you subscribers out there and you forgot my videos? That's the problem. But anyway, that's all I had to say about this 2010 generation. If you guys enjoyed the video, and this is my last video, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends or family. And I strongly recommend you to go to that Virtual website to subscribe to that channel so that you can see my videos uploading weekly. And I know I've been uploading a lot of WarioWare Gold high score runs, but that's where I'm just showing you. I'm just uploading those videos, and mostly it's WarioWare Gold so far. But after I'm done uploading the WarioWare Gold high score runs, I'm going to start uploading my own content, like who I really am, instead of just a person who plays WarioWare. I'm not that person. I'm just a person who loves music, and not only just I love gaming too. I love music too. My favorite genre is metal, if you guys girls didn't know. And that's it. That's all I have to say. My Virtual my Virtual website is in the description. I strongly recommend you to go to that website and subscribe there immediately, because what if my channel gets taken down and you won't be able to go there and you don't know what happened to my channel. And also my social media are in the description. There is some the two links, two social media that I have in the description. Go directly to those websites so you can follow me on the websites, just in case if something happens to this channel as of tomorrow, just in case something happens. And as always, I will see you in the website of Virtual account website. So don't worry if you don't really know how to. Don't worry if you're gonna be asking yourself, are you gonna be gone? Or are you gonna be dead in life? No, I'm not gonna be dead, or I'm not gonna be dead or gone. I'm still gonna be alive today. I'm just need to figure out this whole solution and try to figure out what's going on with this problem that we're having today, and try to find out what should I do to keep my subscribers keep on following what I've been doing lately. But like I said, I strongly recommend you to go to the 3 links in the description, and also a link to the sign into the petition there, so you can sign to the petition so you can keep the family contacts, like sign the petition to keep the family context on YouTube so that we can save it too. And I strongly recommend you to do that, even though you don't want to. But I strongly recommend you to save it, even though this whole problem is gonna be solved tomorrow. That my channel might be deleted, but if my channel gets deleted by tomorrow, I just go to the 3 links in the description to stay notified to see what I've been doing lately. So, and that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. I will see you on the next video, which is going to be on the BitChute website. If my channel is not going to be deleted. Because if my channel is not going to be deleted by tomorrow, I'm going to do another video, which is going to be ranking the tracks by tracks worst to best for the System of a Down self-titled debut album. I may do that just in case of that, or if my channel gets deleted. So, I will see you in the next video. Change the world. Peace and love. And also, rock on!